All right, so I think this is recording. Let's take a look here at this problem, uniform motion problem. Read the problem carefully, then try to identify thing one and thing two, and then press continue. All right, so let's see what we have here. While training for a triathlon, Susan rides her bike at a speed of 20 miles per hour and runs at a rate of 8 miles per hour. She spends 3 times longer riding her bike than she does running. One day she travels a total distance of 51 miles. How far? So triathlon usually includes swim. Really, this probably should have said a biathlon. But anyway, thing one, let's call that riding her bike. And thing two, running. All right, so now your thing one and thing two might be the reverse of that, but now complete the table and then press continue. All right, so she rides her bike at 20 miles per hour, which is much faster than what she can run, which is at 8 miles per hour. It wants to know how far does she travel on her bike. She spends 3 times longer riding her bike than she does running. But now that's in terms of time. That doesn't. So let's call this T. And if she spends 3 times longer, no, let's call this T. Length of time that she spends running is shorter than riding the bike because she rides her bike 3 times longer. So I don't know how far she's riding her bike. I don't know how far she's running, but I do know that she travels a total distance of 51 miles. Now I don't know the total time, other than it would just be adding these two times together. All right, so for uniform motion problems, we have one of at least one of 4 possible equations to use. Sometimes you can use 2 of them. Which of these 4 equations are you going to use to solve this problem? And then press continue. All right, so since I'm given this total distance, I'm usually implied to at least strongly consider it, because distance is rate times time, and I'm pretty confident that I could solve the problem using that top equation. Now, is there another equation, though, that I could use? That's the thing. I don't have reason to believe that this x1 and x2 are equal to each other. That 51 that she rides her bike and runs evenly, a even split. And it says that she spends longer riding her bike than she does running, so I'm not going to set the times equal to each other. Now, is it possible that I could do something with this total time? Well, time is distance divided by, see my relationship, distance equals rate times time, or solving the same equation, time is equal to distance divided by rate. So if I go distance divided by rate, I have the individual terms, but they didn't give me a total time. So I'm not going to, that's that's not going to have, there's going to be too many unknowns separating. So I'm going to have to use this top one. All right, so substitute the information and solve your equation, and then click continue to check it. All right, so this left-hand side, this total distance is 51 miles. And since distance is equal to rate times time, we know the distance that thing 1 traveled is 20 times 3t, because that's rate times time for thing 1. Plus the rate times time, the distance that thing 2, the distance running, is she runs 8 times t. Now, usually I use x, but we can use t. It doesn't. I just realized that. Hope that doesn't bother you too much. So I've got 51 is equal to 60t plus 8t. And 51 divided by 68. Now, and that's in hours. But what it wanted was how far did she travel on her bike. It wants this x1. And we know that distance is rate times time. So x1, the distance of thing 1 is this first term, is this 20 times 3t. That was, I don't know if it'll let me go to the highlighter. No, I'm not going to. And if we replace our t with 51 over 68, let's see what we get for the total, for not total, the distance riding our bike. So 20 times 3, well, that's 60 times 51 divided by 68. 45 is what I'm getting. 45 miles. Is how far she's riding her bike. And then she's only running 6, if the total distance is 51, then she's only running 6 miles. Well, I say only, but this is what it wanted. All right, well, I hope that helps, and I will talk to you later. Bye.